Hey guys, how are you today? Hello, hello, hello. What a day of multitasking. Who's multitasking? Say hello. Make sure to add StreamYard so I can see the chat. I want to know who's there, who's with me today. Say hello, say hello, say hello. I'm just finishing a chat with my Once Hub who does all my scheduling because my calendar has been out of whack. And I just said to him, I got to get online. So I'm just going to say goodbye to him. He's got my calendar back up and running. So yay. Don't know what happened, but isn't technology fun? That's what I say. Isn't technology fun? Who's with me? Because yesterday I use, it does all my emails and my courses and everything. It was down for 24 hours almost. And I'm like, isn't technology fun? Pivoting and moving through things when they're a difficult time, which is why we're on this call today. How do we navigate the holiday season without you know what that word is, without seeing a scale change, right? Without seeing it climb up. I'm just reading my messages. Blue calendar icon on the left bar. Sorry, guys, I'm just... So there, he's helped me, and sorry about that. I have to do something I didn't see. They've had an upgrade in their calendar. So why are you here today? We are here to discuss how to move forward over these next, it's 8 weeks till Christmas. How crazy is this? Who's ready for 8 weeks for Christmas, till Christmas? Who is ready for Christmas? Craziness, isn't it? Crazy, crazy, crazy. So we're here today to find out how to get through the Christmas period or the holidays. There's so many things coming at us in 8 weeks. In the next 4 weeks is when all the Christmas parties will start. First of all, Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving is first up. And when is Thanksgiving? That is not far away. And normally we take more time off, right? So what are you doing for Thanksgiving? What is coming up for you when you think about the holiday periods? Comment in the chat. And remember, guys, please, ladies, replay, #replay, and hashtag whatever you want to say, right? Like, what's coming up with you about the holidays? How do you feel about all the abundance of food that is going to be coming up your way? Got some bugs. I had my door open. And just know you're not alone. You're not alone for feeling all these ways. I remember so often just feeling overwhelmed and anxious for everything, and especially when you have events happening night after night. That would spin me out. And it was all based around food. How much I could eat. I couldn't stop eating, right? I just loved food. I would eat and keep eating. I couldn't say no. Who else feels that way? Just going to see if I can see anybody, because right now, I'm just going to continue. If you're there, just comment in the chat for me. So how do we get through the period of this next 8 weeks and avoid feeling not good about ourselves? Our pants are tight, bloated, less energy, lethargic, because that's what happens, right? We start to feel lethargic, we're tired, We're uncomfortable in our clothes. So what can we do instead? What can we do instead? And I know some of you will know these things. So how do we do this? How do we move forward? It's all about the planning. The planning, the planning, the planning. And when you don't plan, it will go pear-shaped. I just got off a coaching call with a client, and her whole first week, last week, was pear-shaped in her opinion, right? Nothing worked. She didn't do what she had to do. The eating was all out, everything, even though we put a plan together. Because sometimes we get in our own way. Because sometimes we sabotage our own things. So we got 8 weeks to think about this. Less than 8 weeks. We've got a few weeks to actually start taking some action, being in control, and making some steps so that we actually don't feel that way about ourselves. Because it's all about how we feel, right? Wouldn't matter what the scale said to us, it's about how we feel and how our clothes feel on us, right? Is that what you feel? Just comment, yes, I agree. It's how you feel. It's all about how you feel. So when our clothes are tight, how does that make you feel? So what we need to be doing is, first of all, we need to be active, right? So if you're working and you're sitting all day, you need to make sure you're being more active in your days. You have to be active. Active keeps you moving. It helps, sitting and eating is one of the worst things we can do, right? Because it sits in our gut and it bloats us. That's why it's important to stand up and to stand up through the day, even if you're working at an office or at your desk, to stand up so that your body can actually work better. Because when we're almost like cutting it off. So think about, we're cutting off the circulation when we're sitting to our gut, right? Because it's just sitting there and we're not letting it go down because we're sitting. So we want to stand, we want to move, we want to get going. So implement some new things for yourself that you're putting in some more movement in your day, okay? Exercise is key. Get moving over the holidays so you're just not overeating. Because it's overeating. We're having more meals. We're having more little snacks. You don't know what you're having in those snacks. So think about when we go to an event or a party, whatever, there's always these appetizers like chips or nuts or even some like nice, healthy appetizers. But do you know how many you're having? Because if you don't know how many you're having a lot more calories going in and a lot more consumption of food. And then you're going to sit down and have dinner. So all of these accumulation of all the food that we're eating in one day over 3-4 days can equivalent to 5 to 10 pounds extra. And alcohol, drinking, right? So snack wisely. Have good snacks around you. Bring something. If something's important to you, bring a plate that you can eat. Bring something that you can munch on. Bring, right? Like, just bring it and say, oh, I brought this for everybody. And it's actually for you. And then you're not standing out. So these are some small implementations that you can make over this next 8 weeks to get you through the holiday period. Watch your portion sizes. So if you're having more meals and you're filling your plate, we got to go to a smaller plate. We got to go smaller. Smaller, smaller, smaller. So you can have those extra couple of meals that are coming at you. If you can't not have something. Yeah, makes sense? What else can you do? Mindful eating. So you know what that means? That means you're rushing around, you're running from work, you go home, you shower, you're putting on a dress, and then you're going somewhere else, and you're just like, it's this uncontrollable, you just sort of start eating, and not really being aware of what you're eating and mindful of breathing and water before we eat. Slow it down. Slowing it down helps your metabolism. It helps you feel full. It helps take more time over, eating. I think I said that. But these are the things that will be absolutely helpful for the next 6 weeks, 4 weeks, 8 weeks, wherever you want to start, because it's after Christmas as well, right? We're still off. We've got Boxing Day. You've got the following day. Then you might be at work, but then at work, they bring treats in, people bring food in and drinking, and see how this can escalate everything. We don't want to escalate, right? We want to be in control. We want to be enjoying the holidays, and we want to be really, really mindful. So fiber is important, right? Filling yourself up with fiber helps keep you full longer. If you don't have fiber, you're going to be hungrier. So carbs aren't as filling as protein. Have more protein, okay? Good protein. Not fatty protein, good protein, lean chicken, lean, fish. Sleep. So if we are eating too much and we're starting to feel full, your sleep is going to be altered, which then deprives. Then you eat more because you're tired, you're making the wrong choices, and you're going to spin out, right? So we need to make sure that we're getting good quality sleep, which means making sure you're putting in some boundaries around what time you are having anything sugary, caffeine, alcohol. There needs to be boundaries around that. And controlling, even though I don't like using that word stress, because sometimes it's so negative, it does become very, what's another word for stress? It becomes, what's another word for stress? Oh gosh, it came to me and it just left. Pressure, right? Puts a lot of pressure on us. I like the word pressure over stress. So when you start feeling you're getting that little bit of tingle in your tummy, when your tummy starts going a little bit, that's a bit of anxiety. That's like a warning sign. Breathe, water. And the only thing you can control is you. You can't control the surroundings around you. So this is about taking control of you. So fill your plate and your mind and your body with good stuff. Still having the treat, still having some fun, but we need to do it mindfulness. Is that a word? Mindfulness. And to set it, protein, right? Keep meals balanced with protein. Carbs are always ones that we overeat. And actually, our bodies don't need as many carbs as we need more protein. And try to just cut back some of the taste, the taste testing. If you're making anything and baking things or cooking, how we taste, that tasting can be like eating a whole big chocolate chip bucket of cookies. So what can you do? Put some gum in your mouth, right? Put something in your mouth that allows you not to taste, so you won't taste. And these things I've tried, so I know. And hopefully you're understanding and you're implementing a little bit of this and getting it, because we need to be making some real like steps in this next little while, right? And if you start today and looking at your next week and planning some of this, you're going to be ahead of the game and a little bit more in control of these changes by the time you get to Thanksgiving and also Christmas. And there's probably birthday parties in there because there's so many December babies and all those other things that are coming up. So implement some of these things, and you will definitely start seeing a difference and feeling better. And I hope this is helping. Comment below. This is really great for you, right? Let me know who's hearing me, who's going to implement some stuff. I know the ladies, I asked you if you had one meal that you could only have, and we had almonds, chocolate covered almonds. We had potatoes. Burgers, hamburgers, right? So how do we get through the next little while? We need to be looking at all of that, right? We need to be making those decisions. And as I said, bring a healthy dish so that you can share, right? Something that's got good fiber, some good protein in there, and is good for you. And two things that I'm definitely going to have to share with you is we have to limit a couple of things. You've got to limit the desserts. So pick the day that you might have one, and then the other days you don't. And limit liquid drinks. They're full of calories, like your sodas and alcohol and beer. Try only having one drink per night. Or if you are used to having more than that, you can have two, because that will still be a cutback. All right. So please try to cut back a little bit here and a little bit there, and you're going to sail through this time of year. So I hope, and I just have a couple of other quite tips for baking or cooking. Try seasoning more with herbs versus sauces. Try steaming or grilling over baking, and substitute, like creams and those kinds of things to maybe an almond milk, or I don't really like the low skim stuff. So I prefer to go more like an oat milk or something like that. Okay. And also with cheeses, you want to try to replace with more like maybe a cream cheese or a Greek yogurt if you're making dips, right? So replace mayo and cream cheese. There's even sour cream. Like, you just want to think about substituting. Substituting is a really good way to still be able to have those foods, but also keeps you on a lower end of the calories. And try to find someone who will keep you accountable. Nothing wrong with that. If you're going out for the night, only if it's going to work for you, and you're not going to bite back at the person that says, honey, you've already had 2 glasses of wine. So not everybody can handle that kind of accountability, or they need to say it in a different way, right? So always just trying to figure that out. So I hope you've enjoyed this. I hope you've gotten some really great tips. I'm making these a little bit shorter because I think it's good to have short, sharp, and to the point. And no one's chatting with me. So I'm just going to say, I hope these tips have helped you. Let me know which ones you're implementing. #replay and hashtag you are taking action. So hashtag action, hashtag replay. And let me know which one, because you can't do everything sometimes. So start with one. Which one are you going to implement for the next 8 weeks? Okay. Let me know. See you guys. I hope you get some really great value from this, because I love sharing this stuff. Oh, and don't forget, my masterclass is tomorrow, which we're going to dig deep again. We're going to be kind of going over the same material, but sometimes we hear things, sometimes we don't hear something. So you hear something different tomorrow. So make sure you join me in the masterclass, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye, ladies. Great being here with you.